Hello, my name's Trace Balla, and I make cartoons. And there's me. And I'm going to give you some tips on cartooning today. And then you can have a go. So I'm drawing on my iPad Pro with an Apple pencil. But you can use anything you like. You can do it on a piece of paper with a pen and it's just as good. I'm just using this so that I can show you how I'm doing it. And I'm also using a program called Procreate, just in case anyone wants to use it. So the first thing I do is I need to have an idea. And if you have a piece of paper or 4 bits of paper and divide it into 4, the first thing is you want to have a thing that you set up the story, and then it gets a bit complicated and then it resolves. Something works itself out. So that's the very first thing I do. And then the next thing I do is I always use stick figures. And I'm going to do this based on the characters in my story, The Heart of the Bubble. So the stick figure version is she's sitting on her veranda and she's missing her grandma. And then her mum and her go for a walk, because that might help her feel a bit better. And then she's gonna hug a tree, because trees always make me feel better. So, and you see how I'm changing where it is. I'm just very rough at this stage, and then she feels so good she can start running and chasing a butterfly. So that's what I'm going to make my cartoon of. So you see I've already done the first part of it. And so I would do that very lightly with pencil, and because I'm on the computer I can do it like this. And just have it underneath. And then on my next layer I would do the work that I'm doing for my book. So there she is. She's feeling a little bit she's just feeling a little bit sad because she wants to see her granny, and she can't see her at the moment because of the coronavirus. So she's sitting there on her seat, and her seat is on her veranda in her apartment building. So that's where it is. And it's got the little rails so she doesn't fall off. And she's got a little pot plant in there. So I like adding a little bit of detail and stuff. And the next thing I like to do is to put the place, so, and the time and things. So it could be one cloudy morning, and that's the narrator. And then she's thinking, I miss Granny. And then the next frame, normally I'd have the frames drawn up. Her mum's said, how about we go for a walk? So they're going for a walk. She's still not feeling great, so I've got her kind of looking down. And they're actually in a bubble because you know why? We're in the corona time where we sort of have to stay away from people, maybe her granny, she can't go near her at the moment, so she's feeling a bit sad. But there also might be some nice things she's noticing, some flowers and stuff. So she's outside now. I'll put some grass in so we know that. And we might also have some clouds, because remember it was a cloudy day. Oh, I'm not going to have a cloud there because that's the building. But there's definitely clouds in this parkland. And then she's going to come to the really big tree. And if I draw her really small here, you can see how big the tree is. In fact, I'm going to just move her. I've got this great tool, I can just make her right down there. Make the tree really big. She's giving it a big hug because it's a nice way to feel better, to have a hug with a tree, I reckon. And her mum might then be about that big. She might have collected a flower she's just holding behind her back. And she's thinking here, I love hugs. And it actually makes her feel better. And so then, I might want to put some birds in that tree actually. I'm hearing so many nice birds at the moment. So you see how I like to add details to my pictures? Just keep enhancing the picture with more and more details. And then the last frame, in fact the last frame, I won't make go the whole way because I like things coming out of the frame, so this is going to be a butterfly that actually comes out of the frame. And there she is. And her pigtails are like moving behind her now because that shows that she's moving. And she's got a bounce back in, so I might even write bounce. She feels a bit better now. So I can get rid of the other layer that was the rough layer. And so you can see things here like I've got the narrator. And that's the setup. And because of Corona, she can't see her granny, so that's the complication. And then the resolution is here where she's hugging the tree. And I really like putting movement in my pictures, so I like to sort of add a few little lines along the way and add little details. So, and then, you know, you can see things like the weather, and we've got the little dots for the bird sound, but I could even write them in there like twee, twee, twee. So sounds. And the movement, like the bouncing. Yeah, so all those things add up to make the cartoon richer, more interesting. So, and labels, like you might even have the type of tree. So it could be a yellow box tree, gum tree. And that would be a label. So you got your sounds, your labels, your movement, the resolution, the complication, the weather, radar, and the time of day, time and place. And so I haven't written place in there, but I could say one cloudy morning, what about on Dja Dja country, because that's where I live. Or we might just say in the city. And there's the setup. So yeah, that's the sort of thing that I would do to get my cartoon more interesting. So have a go, and you can make them longer and longer and longer until you have a whole story. Not sure what I did there with my pen. Have fun. And my book, The Heart of the Bubble, you'll be able to find that online. That's all about this sort of thing, about being around in the complicated time of Corona and how we can feel okay about things and feel sad about things and all the rest. So enjoy and take good care. Bye.